48%. That is the exact increase in your risk of a heart attack within 7 days of taking a standard over-the-counter painkiller. You wake up with stiff knees. You swallow a pill. By afternoon, your ankles feel heavy and tight. A subtle pulse throbs in your neck when you stand up. You think this is normal aging. You are wrong. Everything you have been told about age-related blood pressure is a dangerous half-truth. It is not normal aging. It is a chemical siege. We know this because The Lancet published a meta-analysis of over 124,000 patients. The highest-level federal regulators issued severe black box warnings. The data is absolute. There is a 7-day heart attack pill sitting in your bathroom cabinet right now, and you probably swallowed one with your breakfast. Look down right now. Are your ankles even slightly puffy? That is not gravity. That is your cardiovascular system drowning. The medical establishment looks at your rising blood pressure and your joint pain as two separate problems. They prescribe a pill for the pain and another pill for the pressure. They completely ignore the mechanism connecting them. You are actively triggering this crisis every time you seek relief. But the pills are not just masking the pain. They are actively sabotaging the most critical pressure valves in your body. Here is exactly what happens on day 1 of taking them. The biological villain is COX enzyme inhibition. To understand this, you must stop thinking of your body as flesh and bone. Think of it as a high-pressure hydraulic engine. Your heart is the main pump. Your blood vessels are the pipes. Your kidneys are the pressure relief valves. When you swallow a nonsteroidal anti-inflammatory drug, the chemical payload enters your bloodstream. It hunts down the COX-1 and COX-2 enzymes. It neutralizes them. This stops the inflammation in your knee. But those exact same enzymes are the master keys that keep your blood vessels relaxed and your kidneys filtering fluid. The payload shuts the enzymes down. The relief valves lock up. Your kidneys stop flushing sodium. They retain water. The fluid volume inside your pipes expands massively. Simultaneously, the lack of COX enzymes causes the walls of your blood vessels to constrict. The pipes narrow. The fluid volume rises. The pressure builds in the lower pipes. That is the heavy, tight fluid pooling in your swollen ankles. That is the warning light on your dashboard screaming that the engine is overheating. Less than 1 in 3 seniors are even aware this federal black box warning exists. Your heart is now a pump fighting against immense friction. It pushes thick, high-volume blood through narrowed, rigid pipes. The strain is catastrophic. The muscle works harder, thickens, and demands more oxygen. This is the hydraulic overload. Let me tell you about Margaret. She was 71 years old. Severe osteoarthritis. She took 600 milligrams of this exact over-the-counter medication twice a day. Her doctors watched her blood pressure climb month after month. They blamed her diet. They blamed her age. They added a beta blocker. They were dead wrong. The painkiller was cementing her renal valves shut. 2 years later, the main pump failed. She suffered a myocardial infarction. Margaret's story is not unique. But when we transitioned her to a specific, natural protocol, her blood pressure dropped 12 points, and her joint pain faded. Here is the exact blueprint we used. The pills destroying your engine are NSAIDs. Ibuprofen. Naproxen. Diclofenac. The names change. The hydraulic destruction remains the same. The solution is not to suffer in pain. The solution is to introduce a biological lubricant that eliminates joint friction without tampering with your body's critical pressure valves. The foundation of this legacy protocol is high-dose omega-3 fatty acids. Specifically, EPA and DHA. This is not a generic supplement recommendation. This is precise biochemical calibration. EPA and DHA lower inflammatory cytokines. They slip into the joint capsule and act as a biological lubricant. They reduce the friction. But unlike NSAIDs, they do not shut down the COX enzymes. Your blood vessels remain wide open. Your kidneys continue to flush water. The pressure drops. The dosage is non-negotiable. You must consume 2 to 3 grams daily. Take it with the largest meal of the day. The dietary fat in your food acts as a carrier, forcing the compounds across the intestinal membrane. Stop. Read that label again. If it does not say at least 1 gram of EPA and DHA combined, you are wasting your money. The oil must be third-party tested. Oxidized, rancid fish oil is liquid shrapnel. It causes systemic wildfire. If you prefer to bypass the supplement industry entirely, the localization alternative is simple. High EPA and DHA regional fish. Mackerel. Sardines. Anchovies. Algae-based DHA. These deliver the exact same molecular profile in a whole food matrix. The second phase of the protocol targets the residual inflammation. We replace the toxic pharmacy with clinical-grade phytochemicals. Curcumin bound with piperine. Boswellia serrata. These plant compounds modulate the inflammatory pathways. They put out the smoldering fire in your cartilage. They do this without the renal toxicity. They do this without the hydraulic pressure overload. If structural joint remodeling requires immediate local relief, use a topical diclofenac gel. Apply it directly to the skin over the knee. It delivers local anti-inflammatory action with a fraction of the systemic absorption. You fix the hinge without poisoning the engine. Combine this with 8 to 12 weeks of physical therapy. You rebuild the joint architecture. There is an anti-list. 2 actions that will cancel this protocol and destroy the machine. First, never abruptly stop high-dose prescription NSAIDs without supervised tapering. Your body has adapted to the chemical blockade. Stopping abruptly is like ripping out a load-bearing pillar. It triggers rebound inflammation. Second, do not rely on acetaminophen mixed with alcohol. That combination is a chemical burn. It bypasses the kidneys and delivers severe, irreversible toxicity directly to your liver. You now have the exact biological tools to lubricate your joints and protect your heart. But there is one final, crucial step you must take tonight before you go to sleep. Imagine waking up 7 days from now. You walk up a flight of stairs. There is zero stiffness in your knees. You look down at your legs. The heavy puffiness is gone. You see perfectly normal, unswollen ankles. You wrap the blood pressure cuff around your arm. You watch the numbers settle at a perfect 120/80. The constant, subtle throbbing in your neck has vanished. True healing never forces you to trade your heart to save your knees. Your body is designed to thrive when given the precise biological tools it recognizes. Walk into your bathroom tonight. Open the medicine cabinet. Look at the plastic bottles promising relief while quietly staging a chemical siege against your heart. Sweep them into the trash. Your endothelium is listening. Your kidneys are ready to flush the burden. In the next protocol, we dismantle the one breakfast food that reverses everything you just learned. It sits in 90% of kitchens,